All right, what is happening, guys? It's Jew coming to you with another comic book review. This time we'll be doing two books. So before I get started on that, comic book reviews, I do those. Trailer reactions, film reactions, podcasting, commentating, anything recommended, leave that down below. If you're new, subscribe, follow, leave comment below. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on this. So I went back into Marvel a little bit because I was at the bookstore and like I said in the past, I don't get caught up. I don't do too many Marvel and DC typical books, but I do some of their books. I try not to fall in the middle of a whole lot of different stories with main characters, but I think I'm gonna start to again just so I can keep up with going on. But the fact that there's three different series of one character kind of it's confusing, but yeah, there's like DC. There's so many different Batman series that you don't know, like a film or a movie or something, or you go to Comic-Con or one of these events, you have no idea which book they're talking about, So, anyways, this is Ghose Rider Wolverine. It's a collaboration, crossover with Ghose Rider and Wolverine. I didn't even know they existed in the same universe. I knew they were both Marvel, of course, but Weapons of Vengeance, basically about some little kid that has issues. They tried to take him to the social services, tried to take him to Professor X and say, "Hey, you need to take this kid in. He has some mutated powers." Well, Professor X read him and realized this kid is like a demon. This kid ain't no mutant. Anyways, Ghost Rider, he was in a situation where he got himself injured, and anyways, he woke out of his darkness and realized he had a job to do. This little kid is dangerous. He's doing bad stuff to people and other kids. He turns into like some creature. And where does Wolverine fit in? Wolverine's at the house of Professor X, the school of the X-Men, and he's there. He's acting very wild and very suspicious of anybody that comes there. So, anyways, the kid shows up and causes chaos, and that's where Wolverine intervenes and ends up on the streets and, clashing with this demon that it turns into, and they start this little battle. But that's where Ghost Rider comes in and pulls up, and next thing you know, they crash heads. And so Ghost Rider and Wolverine, they get into a little battle. Then they realize, Johnny Blaze. Like, we realize we're on the same mission. You just don't realize it, but they're fighting each other. I mean, it's actually a pretty good story. I'm not going to sit here and say it was a weird crossover. It actually blended well. Now, the one thing I do have with this is with the last page. The last page says, this is what it says. It says, "To be continued, Ghost Rider issue 17. So, I'm really unaware of, I guess this is a Ghost Rider book, but it says Alpha 1. But it says continue with issue 17 for the Ghost Rider. So you're telling me I need to buy issue 17 to finish this story? I don't know if they're kind of just blending this in with the Ghost Rider story that's going on. This is why I don't just grab books, because it throws me off. And that's what Marvel and DC, they have so many stories and blended stories that you got to make sure you're keeping up with a lot of them before you just kind of jump in. So it says Weapons of Vengeance checklist. So we have August 9th. We have read this one, but it says it continues with Ghost Rider issue 17, which comes out August 16th, which is this week. So you're telling me that I need to go ahead and get that. Then it says it continues with Wolverine issue 36, August 30th. Then I guess the Omega 1, this is Alpha. Omega 1 will be September 6th. You see where so it's two things that can happen here if I keep reading this. If I can jump into issue 17, maybe it just where it's a cutoff. But then after issue 17 of Ghost Rider, it's no longer about that. He branched off, but the story continues on with Wolverine issue 36, which maybe after that it branches off, but then again it goes back to Omega. Rather, this is Alpha. So is there beta? Is there beta? I don't know. So, but it starts here because it don't show anything before that. So it's very interesting how they had it collided. So for me to continue reading this, I'm going to have to jump into Wolverine 36, Ghost Rider 17, and then get Weapons of Vengeance Omega 1. So, yeah. But, yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I liked it. I just don't like the confusion with the continuous story, but pretty good. Ghost Rider, Wolverine, if you read it, it's a pretty good book. But, like I said, continuation, we'll see. We'll see.